Hello, Jason Bellant sitting here at Jeremy Pastori, our pre-owned manager at Feldman Chevrolet of Highland. Just wanted to dive into our pre-owned department and give everyone an update on our inventory levels and some specials that we're running. And frankly, we're coming off of our best month ever in the pre-owned market, and we definitely want to get the word out from a savings standpoint on what we can save anyone that's in the market for a pre-owned vehicle, because our selection here is extremely large. Across the Feldman group here, we have well over a couple thousand pre-owned vehicles in stock. In this particular location here, we're sitting at about 400 used cars in stock. So Jeremy, why don't you go over what you did last month and kind of share with everyone why we're selling so many used cars.
Yeah, we did 341 used, which was a huge record month for us. A lot of that I would generally attribute to a lot of things. One of the biggest things is something that we talk about a lot, which is that, this is a customer service industry. So we've put a hard focus on our guys really paying attention to the customer's wants and needs, as well as focusing on, like you said, inventory. Inventory is huge, because if I don't have something that suits the needs of that customer, then obviously I can't provide them the service I would like to. So we focused a lot on having a really diverse lot as far as inventory, whether that means an older unit or a higher mild unit, or just having different brands, makes, models, stuff like that. So I've tried to spread that out as much as possible, and then really focus on these sales guys being very attentive to what their individual customers looking for.
Sure. We have anywhere from domestic to we got a large selection of Audis and Cadillacs, Buick, GMC, Chevrolet, Ford, Chrysler. You got a great mix out there. What is our prices starting at from a price point?
As of right now, I have vehicles out there that have already been safetied and ready to roll that are starting at $29.95. And I think our most expensive vehicle right now, I have a 2020 HD that's around $60,000, $70,000. Price point. Some of those HDs get up there. Those are generally your high points. So there's a lot.
What type of payments are you seeing on average for consumers on, say, a pre-owned Equinoxes, when you're looking at consumers that are leasing for, say, $200 a month on a new Equinox? What are you able to put consumers in on an average on a purchase on a late model certified pre-owned, like Equinox, for example?
Yeah, vehicles like those, we're seeing a pretty good range of being just barely above that lease point, which for a lot of people makes more sense. If we can get anywhere comparative to that, you actually own the vehicle, your miles are unlimited, so you're paying for the whole portion of the vehicle instead of the small amount like on a lease. But yeah, if we've gotten quite a few people $40, $50 more a month,
sure,
and they own it, and then they can do what they want with it. You can travel and not worry about your miles. And
so people on a payment budget should definitely look at our pre-owned department, and we should be able to accommodate.
Yeah, for sure.
Meet their needs on something like that.
For sure, especially in comparison to a lease. A lease just doesn't work for a lot of people. It suits the needs for some people really well, and other people, they got a cabin up north or something, and it's too many miles.
Yeah, worrying about your miles is stressful every day when you're leasing a vehicle.
For sure, and and then you do have people that they are a little bit harder on their car, so they don't want to worry about turning it back in. So owning it at that point too is a little bit of a relief. Mentally, you don't have to worry about that stuff. It's your car. So.
Sure. Now, as far as when we price a pre-owned vehicle, and so how do you gauge it when you get a car comes across your desk that you just took in, and you're pricing that vehicle to the market? What is your strategy when you're pricing that car?
So we're extremely aggressive. We take a look at, mostly what we look at is the market, like what they're out there selling for, not what they're listed for, because anybody could ask anything for something. We try to look at what people are actually purchasing at. And then my goal is always to get it through service and still be able to put that price point just below everybody else. So if I can save a few $100 over everybody else and still have a fully safetied and certified vehicle, that's my end goal on every single unit.
And that's our approach here, and that's why it's been working so well, is when we take vehicles in, we're not looking to say, hey, how much money can I make on this vehicle? Our goal is to find it a home, find it quickly with the best pricing in Metro Detroit. You just heard it from Jeremy here, that prices them all. So we are going to be the industry leader in pre-owned vehicles. We're climbing rapidly up the state of Michigan report to where we are in the top 10 in total vehicles sold from a pre-owned standpoint, month in, month out, and by year end we're going to be towards the top of that and continue to ascend. And our goal is to continue to grow the business business from a service and a sales standpoint. You come in here to our service drive as well post-sale, and we also have the most competitive rates in Metro Detroit pertaining to doing repairs on your vehicle, whatever, if you purchased it here or didn't purchase it here. But our goal when you buy a pre-owned vehicle from us is to be a customer for life. Use us from a sales standpoint, service standpoint, and we back up all of our pre-owned vehicles with the 3-day buyback guarantee. And how many cars have you taken back, Jeremy, from that with how we recondition our cars?
It would be really hard for me to think of one that I actually had to buy back completely. It just isn't, it doesn't have to happen when we go through and safety the vehicles the way that we do. And even majority of the time, if something does pop up in the next day or two, it happens, but we just have it pull right back in and we get it taken care of. It's something that may not have been known at the time, a tire pressure sensor. I mean, those things are silly, but sure, they pop up, but we take care of it immediately and we move on. Everyone's happy.
Like the Jeep Liberty we took in, had 80,000 miles on it, 2012. Yeah. Unfortunately, the transmission went out on the vehicle post-sale, and we didn't stick or argue with the customer. We put them in a loaner vehicle, yeah, and we're putting a brand new transmission in the vehicle, and they're more than happy with that outcome. And it works for everybody. Like I said, we want a customer for life. We don't look at each transaction as hey, how can we make so much money on this customer? And that's the super old school tactics, and that's why we're growing. Is A, we care about our customers. B, we're competitive. We want to sell the most cars, and we want to give great deals to our customers, and we want them spreading the word of mouth, which is the best advertising, and that's why we're spreading word of mouth in here today and having these type of videos. So what are you looking at from September, Jeremy? I know we have a lot of cars in stock, so we got to get rid of them. So what's your strategy for September? What's it looking like?
So September is just maintaining that stocking level as high as possible, maintaining a service and a price point that's still just staying that competitive, and driving those levels up. It takes a bit more work, but we'll keep it competitive.
Sure.
Keep a really good mix of vehicles, and I mean we're pushing for 400 units, so it's going to take some drive from some of the guys, and we're going to sell 400 pre-owned cars out of here.
I agree, and it's coming quickly. I mean, we've been ascending up. You've done a great job. I mean, we're selling 200 used cars 6 months ago, and a year ago we were selling a little over 100. Now we're talking about doing 400. So very exciting. And has anyone beat you on an appraisal lately?
Never. That's not an option for sure. So any appraisal that I can get my hands on, I can 100% match it. I tend to beat it every time. So,
and the reason why, like we just broke down for you, we give the most for the trade, right? And we're not trying to make the most money off the car when we go to sell it. So if you see the path to our success, it lies right in the beginning stages of the process. So we give a great deal on the trade-in, and we give a great deal when we go to sell the vehicle. So it's a strategy of just building our customer base and making a lot of customers, Feldman happy. So that's our goal each and every day, and we're executing that at a high level. Would you like to add anything, Jeremy?
No, not anything in particular. I mean, we'd love to see you guys come in. We'd love to appraise your vehicle, and I'd love to help you find the right car for your family next.
All right, so reach out, Feldman Chevrolet of Highland. We look forward to doing business with you. Thank you.